right, good morning. It's been, I guess it's only 7 a.m., but I hope for the few hours that you've been awake, it's been a good morning. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start standing actually. So we're gonna start feet about hip distance apart, really spread those toes out so we're really gripping that mat. Draw those shoulders down and back, closing down those eyes so the palms will face forward. So we're gonna start out in a mountain pose. Reaching through the fingertips, spreading out the fingers. They're spreading out those toes, that good base of support. Now with those feet, notice if you're collapsing it on those arches, put a little bit more weight into that outside edge of the foot, grip the toes, balls of the feet, heels into the mat, and then pull kind of towards the midline, trying to work those muscles of the feet, lifting through those arches. That belly stays tight. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Letting those shoulders relax a little more with each exhale. Okay, then let's reach those arms up overhead. Yeah, then those palms will meet. We'll bring those hands to heart center. And inhale, reaching those arms out. Big, big reach. Exhale the hands down. One more time, reaching those arms out and up. Now exhale, let's do a nice gentle side bend over to that right side. So think reaching up first and then side stretch. We'll feel that stretch all along this left side body. Keep that core tight, taking that arch out of the back. Inhale, bring it back up and we'll switch sides. So just lower that left arm down, right arm reaches up and over. And inhale, we'll reach it back up. Good. So bring those palms together. You can even interlace those fingers. We're gonna press those hips forward as we reach those arms back. And then exhale, we're gonna fold, bringing those hands down to touch the ground, or it can even be the mid shin. Inhale, lengthen out. So press into those palms, flatten out that back, just a slight bend in those knees. Then exhale, slide those hands down as we fold. So just take a few breaths here, just letting that head hang heavy. You can shake the head yes, shake the head no, just release any tension that you might be holding in the neck. And then we'll bend into those knees, flatten out that back, go ahead and rise up to standing, reach it up nice and tall. Then again, find that side bend over to that right side. So left arm is just reaching up and over. Inhale it back up. Exhale to the other side. And inhale, reach it back up, core tight, pressing. Think we're pressing the hips forward and not just arching through the back. And then exhale, release as we fold. We're gonna add a little twist to this. So it's gonna be bringing the hands to the shins, bending into those knees. Okay, so back is really, really flat. Bend that right knee a little bit more, and then we're gonna twist. Left arm is gonna reach up towards the ceiling. And so notice if those hips have swayed off to one side, we want them pulling straight back, so that's fine. It's just hovering right above that midline of the mat. And then we'll switch. Lower the hands down as we fold to the other side, flattening out that back. We're gonna bend into that left knee as we twist. Right arm is gonna reach up. And then exhaling that hand down as we fold. You can just let that head hang heavy. The shoulders relax down. And then we'll bend into those knees, come back up to standing, reach it up nice and tall. Again, we're gonna find that side bend over to that right side. Inhale it back up. Exhale it over to that left side. Inhale, reach it up, press those hips forward as we reach the arms back. And exhale, fold. Find that flat back on that inhale. Let's bend into that right knee, twisting, left arm reaches up. Good, exhale it down as we fold. Inhale again, re-lengthen out through that spine, flat back twist, reaching that right arm up. And exhale it down as we fold. We're gonna plant those hands, stepping those feet back to our plank. So this can be on the toes or on those knees as we lower all the way down onto our stomachs. Pointing those toes, we'll roll the shoulders down and back, lifting up into that cobra. Exhale, soften it down. Good, inhale. We'll lift up a little bit higher. And exhale it down. And now this time, if you want to press up even higher into that up dog, you can. If it's a little bit too much, lifting those hips and thighs off of the mat, you can always go back down into that cobra with the rib cage down. One more breath. Really lengthen out whatever position you're in. So really reach up through the top of the head. And then exhale, we'll send those hips up and back into that downward facing dog. Again, pedaling those feet. And now we'll inhale on the toes. Bend those knees, step those feet to the top of the mat. Inhale that half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach up tall. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale it back up. Exhale it to the left. Inhale it back up. Press hips forward, reach the arms back. Exhale, fold. Inhaling that flat back, half lift as we bend into that right knee. Left arm reaches up. Exhale it down. Inhale, lengthen, go to the other side. Bend into that left knee. Right arm reaches up. And exhale, lower it down. Plant those hands, step those feet back to our plank. Lower it down. Inhale, lift. So just one time, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling those hips to the sky, down dog. Now go ahead and lower onto those knees. We're going to come into that child's pose. So toes together, knees a little bit wider, sinking those hips back to the heels, resting that head down. Now, bringing those palms together, so thumbs are up, palms are touching, and then we're going to bend into those elbows. Try and bring those thumbs to the back of the neck. You can walk the elbows forward a little bit more, and then soften that chest down towards the mat. So a little bit of a stretch through that upper back. And then we'll reach those arms back out. Come up onto those hands and knees. And step it back to a plank. And then bring those hips up to the sky. Downward facing dog. And let's come onto the toes. Bend those knees. Let's step those feet up to the top of the mat. Finding that flat back on the inhale. Exhale, we'll fold. Walking those feet a little bit closer together. So you can even bring those big toes together to touch. Inhale, we're going to rise up and sink those hips down into that chair. So core is really tight. Shoulders are relaxed down. Then we're going to twist. Right hand is going to reach back. Left arm is reaching forward. So make a T with those arms. Inhale, reach it back up. And exhale to the other side. Left arm is reaching back. Right arm reaches forward. Good. Inhaling those arms back up. And exhale, straighten those legs as we fold. So again, if your hamstrings are really tight, you can keep as much of a bend in those knees as you need to. Now, fingertips will stay on the ground. Bend into those knees a little bit more, or maybe even a lot, to get the back nice and flat. Then we're going to lift that left leg up. Square those hips off. Point those toes down. Okay, now from here, we're going to curl that knee to the nose, rounding through the spine as we curl it in. Then as we press that leg out, we're going to lengthen through the spine, flattening out the back. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, press it out. Exhale, curl. And press. 2 more times. Curl that knee in. Press it out. Last time. Curl it in. Press it back out. Big step back with that left foot. Knee lowers down. Inhale, reaching those arms up overhead. So ribcage pulls down as we press those hips forward. Now we're going to add that same twist that we did in that chair pose. Left arm is reaching forward. Right arm. Ooh, find that balance is reaching back. Pressing those hips forward. Keeping that core nice and tight. And then we'll flip that left palm reached up as that right hand is reaching for that hamstring. Good, gaze over that shoulder. Now we'll circle those hands down towards the mat, lifting that back knee up. So hold in this lunge. So again, we want to be light on those fingertips, not a lot of weight of the chest on that thigh. Okay, 1 more breath. Then we'll bend that back knee, stepping the foot forward. And then again, finding that flat back, we're going to go to the other side. So we're going to lift that right leg up, square those hips off. Exhale, we'll curl that knee to the nose. Inhale, press it back out. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, press it out. Last time, curl that knee in. Press it out. Big step back, and then we'll lower that knee down. Inhale, reaching those arms up overhead. Keeping that core really tight as we press those hips forward. And then we'll twist. Right hand will reach forward. Left arm is gonna reach back, pressing into that front knee a little bit more. And then we'll reverse it. So right hand's gonna reach up, left hand reaches for that hamstring. And then circle those hands down. Lift that back leg up. So really strong through this right side. Again, not a lot of weight of the chest on your right knee, right thigh. Good, then bend that back knee, step that foot forward. Find that flat back on the inhale. Exhale, fold. And then we'll bend into the knees, rise up to standing, sinking those hips down into that chair. And then we'll twist. Right hand will reach back, left arm reaches forward, sink the hips a little lower. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Keep sitting those hips down. Inhale, reach it back up. And exhale, straighten those legs as we fold. Slight bend in the knees, flatten out that back. Let's lift that left leg up. Curl that knee in. Press it back out. Curl it in. Press it out. Last time, curl and press. Lower that foot down. Back knee lowers, inhaling those arms up. And we'll twist. Left hand forward, right arm back. Flipping that palm, reach the left hand up to the sky. Right hand reaches for that hamstring. Good, now let's switch it up a little bit. So lower those fingers down, straighten that front leg as we fold into those half splits. So the more we pull the right toes back, we'll feel that stretch through the calf, that hamstring, pulling that right hip down and back. Nice flat spine. And then we'll rebend into that front knee again, lifting that back knee up. It's getting really strong through that back side. So think we're trying to pull the knee away from the mat and then we're pressing those hips down towards the mat. Adding that twist, right arm is gonna reach up. So think pulling that right hip back, pulling the left toes forward. And then lower that hand down. Step that foot to the front of the mat. You can find that flat back, keep those fingertips on the mat. And then we're gonna lift that right leg up, square those hips. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, press it out. Exhale, curl. Inhale, press. Last one, curl that knee in. Press it back out. Big step back, lower that knee down. Inhale, we're gonna reach those arms up overhead. And pressing those hips forward. And then we'll twist. Right hand's gonna reach forward. Left arm reaches back. And then we're gonna reach that right hand up. Left hand lowers down. And now circle those arms down. Straighten that front leg as we fold. So the more we pull those toes back, the more that stretch will feel in the calf and the hamstring. And then nice flat back, hinging from the hips as we fold. Good, now we bend into that front knee. Go and lift the back knee up off of the mat, pressing those hips down as that back knee is kind of pulling away. So the more we flex that quad. Now plant that right hand, twisting. Left arm reaches up. And lower that hand down. Stepping those feet forward. Finding that half lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll rise. Let's find that side bend over to the right side. So just interlace those fingers. Bend it to the right. Inhale it up. Exhale it over to that left side. Inhale, reach it back up. Now let's draw those elbows down. Interlace those fingers behind the back. Open up that chest. And release those arms. Let's go ahead and plant those hands down. Step it back to our plank, moving through that vinyasa. And exhaling those hips back to those heels, coming into that child's pose. So your choice, how wide those knees are. If the knees are a little bit wider, you get a little bit more opening through those inner thighs. The knees are a little bit close together, a little bit more rounding through the back. Everything come over to a seat. Yeah, I'm gonna face the long edge of the mat, so I can keep my heels down on the mat. It's a little bit more comfortable that way. So we're gonna extend both legs out as wide as you can get. Okay, so pointing those toes up, slide bend the knees flat back as we walk those hands forward, hinging from the hips as we fold. So we don't want to just round that spine. We want to think that we're the back is staying flat and just rolling from those sit bones down. So those legs are a little bit tighter. Maybe those hands are staying pretty close to us. That we're might even be sitting up really tall. That's okay. As we stay with this, just maybe pull, walk the hands forward a little bit more, and then pull those hands back, pulling your chest a little bit closer to the ground. Stay here. See if it releases. It might take a couple breaths, or it may not happen at all, just listening to the body. Good, then bring it back up. Let's just go ahead and bring that. I'll mirror you guys to your right foot towards that left inner thigh. Let's lower that left elbow down towards that thigh, and then we're gonna reach that right arm up and over. Big, big side stretch. And then we're gonna rotate it down so that left hand is gonna come across that shin, flat back on that inhale, and exhale, fold. And now bring it back up. Let's switch sides. And now we're gonna lower that right elbow down, reaching that left arm up and over. And now let's rotate it. Okay, so we're gonna reach that left arm across that shin, flatten out that back a little bit more, and then we'll fold. Good, then bring it back up. Last time, we're gonna extend both legs out. So we're gonna come back to that wide leg fold, sitting tall, and then walking those hands forward, flattening out that back, relaxing those feet, bending those knees as much as you need to. And then bring it back up. Let's go ahead and draw those knees together. Let's roll it onto our backs. We'll cross that left ankle over that right thigh, hugging that knee so we can grab onto that hamstring. Okay, keeping that tailbone down, chest is lifting. So you can stay here, maybe you grab onto that right shin. Pull those toes back a little more. And let's lower that foot down. Keep that ankle crossed over, reach that right arm out, and then we'll twist those knees over to that left side. And let's bring it back to center. Let's switch sides. We'll cross that right ankle over. We can grab onto that hamstring, or maybe that chin, tailbone down, chest is lifted. And then lower that foot down. Keep that ankle crossed over. Reach that left arm out as we twist over to that right side. And then bring it back to center. Go and uncross it. Let's hug those knees in. Go and sit on up. So we'll come into that cross-legged position. Eyes remain closed, just pausing for a few breaths here. Relaxing the shoulders down and back. Sitting as tall as you can, lengthening out through the top of the head. So big breaths in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. And then blinking those eyes open. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a great day. Boot camp, not boot camp, weights tonight at 4:30. So hope to see you all there. But otherwise, have a great day.